Stay tuned. The show is about to begin.
Well, hello, those of you listening to this in replay. Yes, I'm pretty sure you're listening to this in replay, and I'm happy that you're here. I sure am. Yeah, did you hear that? Ooh, I heard it too. I'm happy you're listening to this in replay. If you are new to Fireside and you're not familiar with the app at all, you can fast forward past this spot and get right into the show. You don't have to listen to everything I'm saying because I'm just filling time until the show starts, which it will start in approximately 3 minutes. Now, if you're ever in the show live, there's a couple of things you can do. You can hit any of the emoji signs, the 3 emoji signs across the bottom: clap, laugh, party sound. Press any of those and we will hear it and the audience will hear it. Also, if you want to request to speak in the live show, you can hit that ask button and request to speak that way. Or you could hit the little mic. It looks like a mic on a stage with a spotlight shining on it. You can hit that and also request to speak on the stage. So those are the things you can do when you're in the show live. Now, there's a couple of things that have changed with this app if you're familiar with it at all. But if it seems that the image is too big and it's taking up the whole screen when you get into the show, just pinch the image down and it will go to where it's supposed to be. So it's not something that happens automatically. So in some cases, you will have to pinch the image down to fit your screen. And there's a lot of things you can do with this app, but I don't even have enough time to explain all of that. But the show should be starting in approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I'll be happy that you're here.
The show is
So
about
in
to
the
begin.
meantime, the show will start in just a moment or two. And again, if you're listening in replay, you can just fast forward and get right into the show. Jill will be with us in approximately 40 seconds or so, and you will get to see her beautiful, happy self. So we'll be right back with you in just a moment.
Well, greetings, everyone. It's Wednesday, and that means it's time for Wait With Me. And I'm your host, Jill Cox Cordova. Hello, everybody. If you're new to this show, I always start by telling you how my week has been.
And
Um,
Jill, excuse me, I'd like to interrupt just for a second. And for those of you who are watching, if the Jill does not fit your screen properly, please pinch the image down and it will fit your screen. Thank you.
yeah, we don't want gigantic face Jill on your screen. So just pinch me down. Okay. Well, hi, Daisy. How are you? Hope you're doing well. As I was saying, if you're new to this show, and Daisy, I know you're not, but for others, I always start with telling you how my week was. And if you've been following this show, you know that a couple of weeks ago, Tony and I were in Louisville, Kentucky for a writing um, residency, I guess is the proper word for it. And what's typical, I do that at least once a year. And what's typical is that I usually come back inspired and ready to do my own writing. So I'm happy to report that I have been getting up earlier this week to write before my workday begins. And I'm hoping that that's actually been beneficial for my weight loss. How, do you say? Because I know that for me anyway, writing is very therapeutic. And so when I'm writing about things that I feel, that I'm the result of some wrongdoing, um, when I'm writing about it, it helps to just get that off me, get that off my chest. And so when I start my workday, I'm in a much better mood because I've gotten rid of that already. And I'm actually writing again, which makes me happy. So I'm feeling that hopefully the stress that I've been carrying for months now, because I wasn't doing either of those things, um, is helping. I hope, because stress causes cortisol to, build and increase. And so I'm hoping that I at least have that on, you know, that it's reducing now. But we'll see. I haven't weighed myself yet for the week, so we'll see that. But before I get to weigh myself, I will go ahead and do my first segment, which I call This is the Deal.
This is the deal. This is the deal.
The deal this week is that I'm going to talk about hitting that reset button because I have been in the need of doing that for months now. If you've been following this show, I think for the last 7 or 8 weeks, my weight has just it has steadily gone up to the point where I'm not the biggest I've ever been because I still have managed to keep off about 15 pounds. But at one point, I had lost 20 pounds. So I'm trying to get those other 5 off. And I'm hoping that by hitting the reset button for real, especially, now that it's summer weather, although it hasn't been that great weather here in the Atlanta area, we've had lots of rain, which makes me sleepy. But I'm hoping that hitting the reset button and just starting over and forgetting about the past, basically, just start anew and fresh. And I'm hoping that that is the right move for me. Well, I know it's the right move for me. It may not show up on the scale just yet, but I believe in those non-scale victories. And so just feeling better. I'm just feeling better about myself is a non-scale victory for me, for sure. So that's the deal this week. I've hit the reset button in all aspects, really, not just weight. But I've hit the reset button with what I'm eating. I'm eating instead of fried foods, I'm eating grilled foods and salads. I'm back to that. My protein shakes, I'm back to that. I haven't done the exercise yet because I've been still working so much, but I'm back to writing before I work. So that's a reset button for me. I feel like I'm having a creative come back too. So just all things are new for me this week, and I'm really happy about it. So let me talk about my measurements that I took just before the show as I go into segment number 2, where I weigh up myself in front of you. I was surprised and delighted before the show. We took my measurements, and I was surprised and delighted to learn that my chest went down an inch and a quarter, a whole inch and a quarter since last week. My waist went down a quarter, and my hips stayed the same, but I'm okay with that. So again, non-scale victories where I'm losing inches again, and I couldn't be happier. I'm just very excited by that. So I have no idea what the number will be like on the scale this week. I did eat better, but I didn't work out at all. So I'm just not sure how that's going to show up. But still feeling good. So last week I weighed 150.15. So we'll see what it is this week. If it turns on. There it is. Okay, I'm getting up.
I can do it. I can do it. If I put my mind to it. If I put my mind to it, I can do it, do it, do it.
I think it worked. Look!
149 and 15 ounces. 149 and 15 ounces.
I feel like doing Running Man, but I'm afraid I'll fall. So, this time I don't mind that Tony yelled out the number. So it's 149.15. Last week it was 150.15. So I lost a pound since last week, y'all. I am so happy. Happy, because I'm back in the 140s. I've been trying to get out of the 140s like all year. But at least I'm not in the 150s anymore. So yay! So see, my putting my stress on the page, I think really worked for me. And just starting my day with things I want to do is working for me. And so I'm actually, because I'm getting up a little earlier, I'm actually going to bed earlier. Like I'm really paying attention to the time I go to bed. So I'm very excited about that. But yay, I'm so excited. Okay, well, let me get to the next segment.
Okay, it's your turn to share.
All right. Anyone want to talk to me? Anyone want to say anything? This is the segment where you can talk to me. So while we're waiting, Tony, do you have anything you want to say?
Well, yes, I am very proud of you.
Yay, thank you.
Because you're seems like you're getting back to where you were before, where you were consistently losing weight, and that's a good thing. So I'm really proud of you and really happy that you've done that.
Thank you. I'm excited. And hi, Daisy.
Hello, how are you? Congratulations.
Thank you. I know we had the pact to work out again. How did you do?
Not great. I did yoga twice, and once was not a really good workout. It was more of me doing child's pose and being lazy on the floor than doing real yoga. So I don't really count that one. But I did do one real session. So
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
That's more than I did. So kudos to you. Yay.
Thank you. So
And how's the nutrition and the wine?
the wine is going good. I've now switched over to sangria.
Oh, okay.
And so
I like
it's red
sangria. I
wine
love
with a
sangria.
a little juice in it, but still the red wine base. And tonight I'm gonna have a salad. I've been trying to eat better and doing okay, but I've added turmeric to my capsules, and I think that must be helping because I am down from the last time we spoke. So I'm getting there too. So
Wonderful. Yay. It's just good news all around today. And I do believe in the magic of turmeric. I don't know what it does. Like I don't know how that works, but I know that it's helpful. So kudos to you.
Well, I'm gonna keep taking it and see what happens. But it seems like so far so good. So that's all I can say about that.
Excellent. Excellent. And even the other week when I went to the doctor, she was expressing how good turmeric is. So yeah, keep going with it. And I actually need to add it back to my diet. I used to put it instead of butter on my sweet potato. I used to put it on there, and I didn't really taste a difference, but I think it did something good for me.
Okay. I
So
mean, I'm
just an
taking the
idea.
supplement. I actually tried to make bone broth and added some to it, and I was like, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't really like it. So that's why I decided to take supplement.
Well,
So I
kudos to
did
you
see
for
how
making your own bone broth. That's good
well,
too.
yeah, that's I do. That's like my snack. I'll have bone broth for as a afternoon snack if I didn't have enough for lunch, or if I didn't have lunch, that's what I'll have. So yeah, and congratulations on
Wonderful.
writing. I'm so glad you got
Oh,
back into the practice. That's more than I can say I've done. So I got to get back into it, but it's going to be busy this summer. So we'll see.
I understand you are a very busy person in the
I'm
way
very-
that you help other writers. So, but I will encourage you to get back on it because I miss reading your work. So,
Oh,
would
thanks.
love to read your work again.
Well, I would love to have something for you to read. So I am gonna really try and make a concerted effort to get my schedule back. And even if that means going back to my MFA school schedule where I write in the evening after work, after dinner, that might be the best thing to do. And I'm just gonna give that a try and see how that works.
Okay. Well, if you
So
end up
yeah.
doing that, let me know because I would love to read your work again.
Well, thanks. I do have some secret news that I can't share too much about, but there is something that's going on in my writing life that will be public, and I'm excited about it coming up. And I can't wait to tell you more about it. But I do have some writing news. So that's
Okay. Well, I'm going
that's
to text you now. Like, tell
yeah.
me so I can
Okay.
celebrate. But when you are able to announce it, please do publicly so that we can all celebrate with you.
I would love to do that. Yes. So good news all around. This is a great week for everybody.
Yay! Yay! We like good
Yay.
weeks.
Yes. So well, thanks for having me. I was
Thanks for
I
being
always
here.
enjoy coming. Seeing your progress or hearing your stories and your encouragement is very helpful.
Thank
So,
you.
all right.
And your being here is very helpful to me. I appreciate all the support you've given me throughout the decades. So thank you. Thank you for being here
Yeah,
for me.
same for me. Same for me. Okay, I'll be watching for the rest of the show. Is there anybody else going to speak? I don't want to take up all this
Uh,
everybody's time.
I don't know. I think I see a new person just came to the audience, right? Right, Tony?
Yes, they came in, but they're gone.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Oh,
yes, no
okay.
one else but me. Just me. That's it. Lonely old me.
Okay. Well, thank you,
Okay.
Daisy.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. Take good care. I'll see you next week.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Sure. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. And
Well,
Tony, did you want to say something else?
well, yeah, as you and Daisy were speaking and talking about writing, and
You're getting back to it too.
Oh yeah, in a big way.
in a big way.
In a big way. But uh, I'm wondering about the correlation between weight and weight loss when you're doing something that you love. So I'm not talking about if you love eating and you're eating a whole lot, but if you're doing something else like a hobby, or in your case writing, in my case writing, whether it can affect like our metabolism.
Oh, I think it definitely does because, as I said at the beginning of the show, I really think, I've been carrying a lot of, I don't always recognize when I'm stressed, as you well know. My body recognizes it, but I don't. And so I've been carrying a lot of stress for months now. But I've noticed that in this one little week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that I've been getting up earlier to write before work, and then sometimes I write after work. I've just been so joyful. I mean, I'm just happy. And that's got to be helping my stress levels. And as you know, stress can cause weight gain, especially for me because I carry it in my stomach. I carry my stress in my stomach. So to release that, I think it makes all the difference. And had forgotten how I could release it on the page. I had forgotten that benefit of writing. I've always known it was therapeutic, but I forgot that it actually releases the stress from my body.
So it's kind of like I'm going to write that weight right out of my body.
Something like that. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, it's funny that you said that because the essay, the personal essay that I wrote and read when we were in Louisville, I wrote it on the way to Louisville, but I did read it there. And it was all about weight loss. And at least that day, I felt like I had actually released some weight. I really felt that way. So
Cool.
you're onto something by bringing that up. Thank you.
Cool. Okay.
Reminding me of that.
No problem.
So now if I write like crazy, you'll know why.
All right. Well, I support you in your writing,
I
and
know you do.
I do my best to not disturb you and give you the space and time you need to do that.
And I appreciate that because, as I was saying to you earlier, not everyone understands writers and their
That is true.
their lifestyle and how their need to have that space
Yeah,
to write without interruption.
that is true.
So not everyone understands that. So
Yeah.
I understand that I know that you do because you are a writer. You've been writing too.
Yeah, it's always amusing to me when people say, "Have you finished your book?" And you might say yes. Are you a bestseller? Are you on the New York Times best-selling list? No,
It doesn't quite
no.
work that way. And for some people, that's not the goal. That's not the end goal. I mean, that's a bonus if that happens, but that's not necessarily the goal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yep. Yep. So, yay for us writers. Yay. Woo, writers. Right? Okay. Well, oh, I guess it's time for the next segment, but you know what? I forgot to prepare for it, so I'll have to think as the music is playing.
I can do it, I can do it. If I put my mind to it, if I put my mind to it, I can do it, do it, do it.
I'm letting the music play longer so
Thank
you
you.
can have
I
more
appreciate
time.
it because I'm like, oops, I forgot to prepare for that segment. So this is the segment where I talk about what my goal was for last week, and I set a new goal. So I do remember my goal for last week. It was simply to hit that reset button, and I definitely did that in more ways than one, as I've been sharing with you this entire show. So I reset the button on my nutrition. I reset the button on writing. I reset the button on my schedule. In terms, because I could just stay up all night. Like I'm really a night owl. But I've stopped doing that so that I can get up earlier and write before my workday starts. So this week, my new goal will be to add in the exercise, to hit the reset button on the exercise, because haven't really done that in a couple of weeks. As you all know, when we were in Louisville, I walked more than 10,000 steps a day because I out of necessity. But since then, I've been pretty much sitting at a computer all day and rarely getting up. So my new goal will be to hit the reset button on exercise and get back to the pack that Daisy and I had before, which was to try to do yoga at least 3 times this coming week. So that'll be my goal. And I'll probably add in some, I haven't even worked with Get Fit with Rick for a long time now. So I need to, maybe I'll start by that. I'll start with dancing with one of his videos or to one of his videos and then stretch with the yoga like I used to do. So reset, exercise. That's the mission. All right. Well, I think that's it. Next week, I am going to talk about what am I doing wrong? Because I've been losing weight, as you know, but I need to keep that up. So what am I doing wrong to not do that? So I'm going to talk about that more and reflect on that so that I can answer that for myself. Later tonight, in about an hour, Tony are talking about what happens when you're in a relationship and one of you wants to start a new business or do something else. So we'll talk about that. The music you're listening to right now is called Sunzauk International, and it's by G'day Production. The music you heard during the segments is called Real Cool Sunglasses. That's by That Core Beat. Normally, I would tell you to go watch Stefan's show, The Conversation, but ever since he got a new job, his schedule doesn't always allow for that. So I would just encourage you to just try to discover another show on Fireside, but always keep coming to this one if you can, and maybe check out some of the other creators. That's it for me this week. Thank you, Daisy, for being here. Thank you I'm glad that you had a good week. I hope you have a great week next week, and we'll talk again. See you all next week. Bye.